And there we go. We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of Meet Your Maker. If it's your first time here, thank you for coming in. If you're coming back for the 13th time, thank you for coming back, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys more than you'll ever understand. And if you are new here, what we like to do is bring in different makers from around the beard community, whether it be, company owners, content creators, whatever it might be, graphic design guys, I don't care who it is, man. If you're making something, I want to get you on the show. And this week we are joined by that man right there. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, sir.
Yeah, I'm Tyson. I'm the owner of Copper John's, and we've been around for a few months. And what does it say? Tyson, that's a dope hat, right? It's Twitches. And I absolutely it's a privilege to be here. I really appreciate the invite, Joe.
Oh, of course, man, absolutely. And let me just say my hellos here to everyone in here. Let's see, I'm going back up to see if somebody claimed first. They didn't, so that's cool. Bearded Vado, Sober Chef Eric, Daniel the Apprentice. I saw Jay in here. I saw Tyson, the other Tyson. Healthy Bearded, Steha, Ryan, and everybody else, man. If I'm missing anybody, Bearded Hillbilly, you know what I mean? If I'm missing you guys, Tomahawk, Twitch, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having an awesome night. Just a little, the word is out there. I know everybody's heard about it. I know Johnny's running with it. I did not murder a squirrel. I don't care what Johnny says. I did not murder a squirrel. A squirrel jumped into my garbage can that was full with water and committed suicide, basically.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear that.
All right.
That's the worst.
I did not kill the squirrel. I did all I could to save the squirrel. It took itself out. Don't listen to Johnny.
Yeah.
Nobody. I was trying to save my Alvin. I was doing my best. It just, didn't happen. It is what it is. Can't get in the way of nature sometimes.
No, that's unfortunate.
What's going on, Chris? I saw you come in here. What's going on, everyone? So, again, we bring in different guys from around the community, and Tyson was cool enough to come on, and we're going to go ahead and run him through the ringer, ask him 8 million questions. Some will be very informative questions, and others will be like, what the hell was Joe smoking when he made that question? But that's cool. That's the way it should be. You know what I mean? We like to have fun on here. And, of course, towards the end, we have the Ask the Interviewer segment as well, where Tyson's going to ask me whatever the hell he wants to ask me. So,
which is awesome.
So, but I don't think a lot of people know this, but you were actually part of our community before you ever started your company, correct?
I was. I actually I got introduced to the end, to all you guys through Dan C. When I started creating my own beard and growing my own beard, and I didn't know how to groom it, didn't know how to comb it. Like literally 3 years ago, not a clue on what I was supposed to do when I was growing a beard. So I was looking online on YouTube, and I found Dan, and then from all that, I didn't really do a lot of chats. and then so I've been a part of the community for a while.
So Dan C was your introduction. I mean, for most people, it's either Dan or Scuba. That's just how it seems to work. Those are the guys that everybody finds.
I watched Scuba quite a bit, but I didn't know his name was Scuba. I just thought it was something. I just thought of the title of his page, and so that's how I knew him as.
I have a question real quick for everybody in the chat, and even maybe for yourself if you know. Does anybody know why Scuba's IG page seems to be gone? Like, does anybody talk to him, anything like that? Because I was trying to look at something earlier and tag him in something, and he doesn't seem to be there. Either that or he blocked me.
He was there. Always that chance. Yeah, I saw something about his car just the other day where they did some type of cover-up, and they did a bad job on his story. That was just yesterday.
Huh. Okay, so maybe he blocked me. I don't know why he would. I've never talked to the man, but, anything could happen. But, all right, so that was your first real introduction to the community then, right? Hanging out in the Dan C chat room pretty much. Because I know finding Scuba is one thing. That doesn't necessarily mean you found the community. It just means you found a guy who talks about beard stuff and does it very well.
Yes.
But when you find Dan, you kind of find that community, if you will. Because if you go into the Monday nights and stuff, everybody's in there.
Yeah.
And there's a full conversation going on besides what Dan's talking about half the time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's where I met Tyson from Faithfully Bearded. I saw him there, and then I started following him. Kyle and Joe, I saw him. Cody C Breezy, saw him there. Pretty much all the guys I reached out to initially, right about a month before I started my company, and I had everything ready to go. I reached out to those guys, and those are pretty much the guys I recognize from all the comments and all the chatter. And then I also watched a lot of Tyson with Faithfully Bearded. I watched a lot of his stuff because it resonated with what was going on with my beard at the time and how to wash it and all that kind of stuff. Because I was just using shampoo and it dried out my skin. I didn't like how it felt. Like I was getting all the red stuff. And then I would use the different oil that you would buy at Walmart. And you're like, this stuff doesn't do anything. You use more, and then you just have oily hair and skin, and it just didn't work. So,
if you guys weren't paying attention, Tyson basically just told me that I suck because he didn't notice my channel. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, whatever.
Like I said, brother, you come on the chair, you got to be ready for some bullshit, and I'm going to go at you here and there. But it's all in fun, and you know that.
Oh, absolutely.
So, talk to me about when did you decide? Okay, I think I can make my own stuff. When was that? Was there a specific moment, or was it from the beginning when you started realizing there were products out there that you were interested in doing your own?
From the beginning. So as you know, I have a few degrees, and that's not to boast my own horn or anything. It's just like I feel confident in my research abilities. I feel confident in what I learn and how to grow from there. And so what happened is I have 6 children, and it would cost more for my wife to work than actually all of us to for her to go to daycare with our little ones. Does that make sense? So it would cost money for daycare more than what she would do. And so I'm like, hey, so with the 6 kids, I have a kid now who's driving. I have another girl who's competitively, she is an elite tumbler, elite. Like she's going to, it's like by New Zealand, but it's not New Zealand. Like she's going to the Worlds to compete. That's how good she is. And so that costs a lot of money. And then, so all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, what are we going to do? And then I was realizing I've been making this stuff. I've been, I went and, feels like I saw Tyson yesterday. No, but so what would happen is, so I, just like Damn Yankee, I was watching his little live and how he kind of got started. You Google everything. Okay, what is this carrier oil? Well, it is. So what I would do is I went on and I bought all these carrier oils and I put them in beard. The individual carrier oil to see how it felt in beard.
Okay.
And from there, I learned a lot about, okay, this is what argon does. This is specifically what argon does. This is what sweet almond does. This is what metafoam does. This is what jojoba does. Okay, what's a good blend for all of these and why? And then on top of that, I had the minerals, and I've always used the minerals. Like my son, he got it's called a boxing cut, where it looks like someone punched his eye right next to his eyelid, and it split his eyebrow and everything. Mm-hmm. He was just messing around in the tub and slipped, and when he was like 4 or 5, and I put the minerals on there because it has high zinc and high magnesium stuff in it. And the first thing that goes to heal and root those wounds and get rid of the scars is all that stuff. And so I'm like, hey, so let me look into this. And I looked, and I'm like, holy crap, this stuff is amazing. So I put that individually in my beard, and it felt so good, phenomenal. And so then I'm like, okay, I have a product, and so I was using it. You did unscented. I never tried fragrance or anything, so that was a test for me. I'm like, what do I do with scents? Right. And I went through. I mean, I probably have 100+ fragrances right now that I've tested, and some of them are great. Some of them are like, dude, what? I'm like, who likes this crap? I don't know. And then so then the recession hit, and I was deemed essential because I work for the government, and it's just everyone's essential in my opinion. But I was deemed essential because I teach people how to do their job And so basically I was deemed essential, and so I never left. But while my kids were home, my wife was like nonstop with the kids with school and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, hey, then also we get this a check. I'm working. I was one of the fortunate ones that didn't have to give I wasn't stressed about money because I was working and I had a full-time job and a good job. So what did we do is we decided to invest that money into creating a business, because we pretty much already had the business. So then all of a sudden we had to go to the LLC, and we went to the lawyer, and then we went to, we used all that money, the LLC, we used the website, went to the platform, we got all the carrier oils, and it cost a lot of money. Like, it was crazy amount. And so we used a little of that, well, all of it plus some to create that company. And my wife, I do all the blending, I do all of the creation, all that. But she does everything else. I mean, she does all the packaging. She does all the labeling. I'm very fortunate to have her in my life, and she's my better half. So, very grateful for her, and it's been really fun getting to just hang out with her at night. Like, I was up because of all the orders, and I'm grateful for them until about 2 a.m. Working with her in our work area. So it was really fun.
Yeah, and you know what? You talked about the sea minerals for a minute, and there's been a lot of talk about the sea minerals, right? We've heard the people who love them. We've heard the people who don't like them. We've heard every aspect of that. And I figured, why not just give you a few minutes here? I mean, like you just said, it's just good for you, basically.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% good for
you. But were there specific things in the sea minerals that made you look at them and go, man, this would be just amazing for your beard care?
Yeah. So the way is okay. How do I start this? So I used to work for a contract manufacturer for nutraceuticals and for pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Not pharmaceutical medicine, but pharmaceutical grade, food grade medicine. So stuff, say that you have cancer, you can't eat. So they create a formula of nutritional supplements so that you can drink it or take it, so that you're getting the supplements that you need so you can survive and live and thrive, so to speak. And I was introduced to these minerals, and then I found out, a lot of these minerals are done for women, this is weird. I'm sorry, I'm talking. This is, they go through a menstrual cycle, and they break out. Their skin breaks out and stuff like that. Well, a lot of that times is because they're low in iron. And so I'm like, okay, so we need higher iron. And it's like, no, you actually need to take the minerals and take zinc, because zinc will allow the liver to release the iron, and you're going to be fine. And all of a sudden I fall down this whirlwind of just studying and looking at this research. And I'm like, what the crap is all these minerals about? And come to find out that it's an amazing product, and it's amazing for your skin, and it's an amazing product for your hair. It helps with hair growth. It helps with stabilizing your hormones so that you can grow your hair. I mean, yesterday I saw on Dan's live, which was great with Mare, and he had a gentleman that had patches, and that might be genetics, and or it might not be. It could be because you're using hard water and your follicles are blocked and stuff like that. And what this could do for you, if it is blocked because of calcium or something, that positive charge will connect with that calcium charge, that magnesium and the calcium. It'll bind together, and it will release that calcium, and then that your follicle will be there and it will be allowed to grow. Now, that's not always the case, but it may or may not help you if that's there. So it's not medicine. It's not anything like that. It's just an added benefit that I thought that would be helpful for those who are struggling with patches and stuff like that. Yes, pizza does help it grow. I just had I had Papa John's last night with the barbecue chicken. Oh, so good. Barbecue chicken pizza is the best.
First of all, sir, I'm going to stop you right here. Nothing from Papa John's is good, because it's not even real pizza.
Have you had barbecue chicken pizza before?
I've had barbecue chicken pizza, but not from Papa John's, because they don't make real pizza.
Well, you'd get emotional because it tastes so good. I'm like, your chin would start to quiver. I mean, Sam would say, "You're the best dad ever." No,
she wouldn't. She'd be like, "Dad, why are we getting this when we have real pizzerias on every block in Jersey? Why are we ordering this cardboard from somewhere? That's not going to happen over here, dude."
I
Doesn't fly.
understand that. Yeah. I did go to Chicago for some work before, and holy crap, that pizza was amazing.
Gary, you're absolutely wrong. If you put pineapple on your pizza, it might kill you. It might kill you. It's not okay. Papa John's is not okay. What is wrong with Gary tonight? He's just all wrong tonight. He's not okay.
I like Papa John's. I like how what is it called? The peppers that they have. What are those? Banana peppers? I love those banana peppers. You bite into it and you squeeze it on your pizza. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, see, I'm from New Jersey, right? And Lee, literally, I can't even exaggerate this. There's a pizzeria on every frigging corner in my area. So we don't go to Papa John's around here.
Yeah, and there's a Papa John's, and it could be better. Like you haven't tried it.
No, it's not better. It's not good at all. It's just bad. All bad. All bad, 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 bad. I'm coming to see Gary. You're always welcome, brother. You let me know when you're coming. I'll take you to the best pizza place in Jersey, period. You just let me know when you're coming. Absolutely more than welcome. So let's we talked more about like your ingredients and stuff. The name.
Yeah.
Why Copper John's?
So I grew up with a grandpa who loved to fish. And I grew up with a dad who loved to fish and a family who loved to fish. And that's all. I mean, I remember waking up at 4 a.m. to go to make sure that we hit the lake before the sun up was there. And we've always loved to fish. And so as I was creating a name for the company, what? Joe's better. So my family and I were really, really, really close. It's abnormally close. Like we talk about everything. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, this is what I would like to do. This is what I want to do. I got to do the LLC. I want to create a name that means something to us, that it means something. So it's just not some random name. And we were talking about it. My brother actually came up with the name called Copper John's. So Copper John's is a fly when you're fly fishing. And so basically, I was
actually grabbing one. I have one handy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And I actually had to put a warning on there. So I'm like, guys, it's a real hook. Don't.
Yeah. Wait. So when your first order got here, I actually took it off the thing real quick to show my brother. And then he goes to just grab it, like snatch it. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's a hook. He's like, what do you mean it's a hook? I'm like, it's a real fly fishing thing. Like, it's the real one. He's like, he sent us a real fly fishing thing. I'm like, he didn't send us gold. It's a fly fishing thing. Like, yeah, relax. But like, he was amazed that there was a real fly fishing thing.
Those aren't cheap. Those aren't cheap flies either. But I felt like I wanted you guys to experience something that I love. And I love fishing. I mean, I got to live a dream of mine that's been on my bucket list, for all my life and go to Alaska. I've always wanted to do that. So we love fishing. It's something that we had just love. So we did that. And so what if Copper John is, though, is what you just showed. And so what happens is the egg will break up and it'll fall in the ground and it'll go really, really fast. And at times the mayfly or whatever you're doing doesn't come out of the egg and it goes with it. So that is to the Copper John. You have two flies right there. And the Copper John you tie as the lead and it's heavier with the copper and it falls slowly or falls quickly down. And then you have something that's small, like a little mayfly, little gnat type of thing. And that's what they usually go after. And you feel that little snag and that's when you yank. And you have to keep that pressure on. But what they found is that Copper John gets more attention than the follower. And so it was something powerful, something meant something to us. So that's what we did.
So I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm an avid fisherman. I love going fishing. I went fly fishing once in my life, though, and it just did not work out for me. I felt kind of dumb, and I never tried it again.
Yeah, it takes time. It's a talent. It's especially, the back and forth and getting the whip so it doesn't actually crack and break, but you're just slowly doing it and just that takes time. And it takes patience, but man, when you hook something like that and there's nothing better. I mean, I just get chills by it. it's just, when it's just you and the fish and it's like you have to leave that pressure on because the hook's tiny. And so you have to keep that pressure and make sure you're always following it and everything. Because, when you're just using a common lure or something, you hook it too. He's not going anywhere. With this, you leave that pressure on or anything, it's gone. So it's more of a hunt, so to speak.
Mr. Swag wants you to go fishing.
Oh, I'd love it. Anytime. My wife and I, for dates, literally, we did this before the COVID hit. We'd actually go, hey, we're going fishing. And my wife, that's our date night, is we go fishing. So she loves it just as much as I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know how many women I've met in my life that like to go fishing with me?
Right?
None. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. So that's amazing. Like, that's absolutely amazing.
Her sister actually has taught me a lot. So it's just out of her whole family. Her brother doesn't fish. Her other sister doesn't fish. But her sister and my wife fish a lot. And her sister is like stupid good. She's actually the one who taught me how to catch the smallmouth bass during spawning season. And I'm like, I don't know how to get them. And she taught me how to do it. And it's really cool.
Now, my last girlfriend, I took her fishing twice. The first time, she sat there and just kind of played on her phone. And the second time, she got smart. She brought her swimming suit top and a towel and laid down and sunbathed while I fished.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So Swag. So Rainbow Steelhead Salmon. So have you ever had a smallmouth? I love Rainbow. I've never done Steelhead Salmon. I love, but if you get a smallmouth bass and you just fillet it just right, and then you wrap it in butter, or you put it in butter and then wrap it around in bacon and then smoke it, oh my goodness, it's like heaven.
You just made me hungry, dude. I just got done eating. What's wrong with you?
Dude, it's like everyone's like, oh, we catch and release. I'm like, no, I don't release it. We eat it. My family loves fish.
Come on, man, careful. All right, listen. Winter is upon us, and during the winter, I have a tendency to be like a bear, and I wind up putting on like 40 pounds. I'm trying to be careful here, and you're over here talking about smoking salmon and everything else, and bacon and bass, and what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Come on, now, easy.
Yeah, Swag, if you ever come to Utah, I know you're in Oregon. If you ever come, we'll have to go up to maybe Jordanelle or something like that and go ice fishing up there, right next to Park City. It's really good ice fishing up there. So you see a lot of elk, you see a lot of moose, you see a lot of stuff. It's fun. So
you brought up and I'm still jealous about this, to be honest with you. You brought up your bucket list trip, and it's on mine too. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
You got the chance to go out to Alaska. Now, was the trip was it like a package deal? Like, if I'm making sense here, like you set up to go out and you had so many days. Day one, you were doing this. Day two, you were doing this. Or was it just you went out there and whatever you guys wanted to do is what you were doing?
Well, truthfully, I didn't pay for it. It was the most expensive cheap trip I've ever done because I had to buy so much stuff for Alaska.
Okay.
But my dad, we have a very, very close family friend, and he is very giving and loving with his money. He's a wealthy person, and he's very, very generous, like to the point where you don't want to take things from him because he's so generous. Does that make sense? You don't want to take advantage of him because he's such a good dude. Well, one day out of the blue, my dad texts me and all my brothers like, hey, when do you guys want to go to Alaska? And we're like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, so and so would like to take you, me, and the kids and all my boys and himself to Alaska. And I'm like, wait, shut up, for real? And it was really you know what I mean? We're like, no. And so we all had to work out our schedules, and we went right at the beginning of, it was supposed to be just pinks we were supposed to catch, but we got a lot of cohos, and cohos are why can't I think of it? They're the silver, which are the ones that you always see in Alaska, but the still are the ones that you really catch. But they're called cohos, and they're the big silver ones that are just giving up a huge fight. And we're so grateful for him because he gave us a lifetime opportunity. So basically, we flew into Seattle. We had to stay in Seattle because of how COVID has done with the airlines. It's been weird. So what we do is we got into Seattle, we stayed overnight, and then we took Alaskan Airlines and we flew into Juneau. Yes, okay. Juneau, and then we got to Yakutat. And then from Yakutat, we got off on into their house. It's their airport, but it's a house. You go through their thing, and then you go back into the airport to like this little. Everyone has airplanes there, and they use them as taxis.
They have to.
Yeah, because there's no way to get around. And so we got on this plane, and he took us about the middle of nowhere. And it's a rainforest. I didn't know Alaska had rainforests. This is like all rainforest. And we land in a trail that they made with four-wheelers. And I'm like, what the freak? It was the coolest experience ever. We land, and all of a sudden, it was the coolest plane. We're just rocking back and forth. We land, and we get out, and then there's two guys, husband and wife there. And it's like 60 degrees, and, in the middle of August. It's amazing for me because I'm a big dude, but everyone else was freezing. But she has flip-flops on, and she's just grabbing our stuff, and the husband's helping grab supplies from him because he brought supplies, for cooking and stuff like that. Dude, I got this hair that just won't stop tickling my nose. But we land, and then from day one, that Sunday, we went. He showed us kind of the spots around the ocean, the where the rivers come in and stuff like that, and we looked and we started fishing, and the freaking first fish I catch. Yeah. And the freaking first catch that I catch is a rainbow. And I'm like, are you serious? How you catch this at home?
Right.
And because we came for salmon, and I catch a trout. And I'm like, are you kidding? So, but after that, we found an inlet that just had massive amount of salmon, where to the point where you're at the ocean right here. You see the ocean and the river, the inlet's right there. And you actually see the salmon just coming in. You just cast out, and boom, you get it. And it got to the point where I got my limit, because you're only allowed to catch 4 cohos a day, and then 6 pinks. But then you can catch and release. I mean, you're talking about 40 pounds of fish. And so you catch it, and I got my limit within 30 minutes.
Wow.
Starting, and it was just, oh man, it was the funnest experience I've ever had when it came to fishing. And it was fun with my parents, with my dad and my brothers too.
Summer citrus is not new. It is not the newest scent from Copper John's. No,
that's my summer clone. That's the citrus clone. That's actually really dang popular. I would say that's probably number 1 or 2. This is the new one. It's too bright today. It's not going to do it. It's the last cast. This is the coconut vanilla acai and coconut vanilla acai and sugar. And then this is Devin's English code, where you can see his Devin's thing
which smells like ramen noodles, dirty socks,
and burnt steak,
an old gym bag.
No, this is by far. It's burnt orange, blood orange, lime, agave, golden oud, and myrrh. And it's unique. It's really, really good.
I got a question. Heard there's another new scent coming. Anyone know anything about that?
Dude, so David and I've been working with David and with Devin and with Ken and with Tyson, but Tyson kind of took a back turn just because the guy is like an amazing person, but he is pickier than anybody's business.
Yeah.
Like they've been loyal to me. I'm loyal to them. I'm very like, Joe, you're a stud, and you know what I mean? But so David and I have one. I asked David if he would do a collab with me because I am not a dark person. Like I like the fruity, like summer citrus. I like that. Wake up, the vibrant stuff. More like And so I don't know if like these smell good. I'm like, dude, this is like tobacco oud scent. And I'm like, to me, it doesn't smell very good. Like, but does this smell good? Right. And so David and I have been working back and forth, and we came up with a scent that is crazy complex, like crazy complex. And it is something that I really, really like. And so him and I, we're going to introduce that on the 21st. And we are calling it Smoky Trails or Smoky Road. And so I'm actually going to be ordering the labels here shortly. I got to get all the fragrances because there's multiple fragrances. It's crazy how complex it is. It took us a long time. It probably took us about 3-ish months to get this all figured out in multiple myths.
That sounds kind of like my world. The tobacco, the ouds, things like that. I'm definitely more Your summer citrus blend is actually one of the few citrus blends that I actually like. I'm not huge on the citrus stuff. This one, Miner's newest creation with Mungie the Savage, is got the blood orange in it, and that's actually the first blood orange scent profile I've ever liked.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just not. I don't know why. Everybody's got their things, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And I've just never been big on the citrus stuff. It's just never been a me thing.
And I told, so my goal when I introduced the company is to have one scent that everyone would like. You know what I mean? And so that was my goal. Now, on the other hand, I'm learning a lot more. And that's why I reached out to Dave, because I'm like, Dave, I feel like this is something that everyone is asking for. I don't know how to create it.
Right.
Well, not necessarily create it, but the profile. And so we mess with the profile a lot. And I told everyone last night with Devin, I'm like, I want this to be your favorite scent. I don't want this to be your second or third or fourth. I want this to be your first. And so let's make it that. So if we have to do this 100 times, it takes a year, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because I'll make the money back up eventually and all that kind of stuff. But if this is your favorite, you're going to be pushing it, and then everyone else is going to try it, and it'll be one of their favorites because he really likes that dark stuff. And so I've been working with him, and I think we created something that's really special. So that will be coming out on the 21st. Now, Devin's, on the other hand, dude, it's my favorite, but I like it. It has that dark oud in it. It's golden oud, so it's a lighter oud, but it's still an oud. It's still the oud smell. But then with the blood orange on it, there's nothing else like it. It's just amazing.
Well, good news, boys. You have a chance to try and win one of those tonight. In fact, you have 2 chances tonight, and we're going to do one of them right now. So let me go ahead. I'm working on my phone here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to random number it. And if I can find my pen, there we go. I'm going to random number on my computer, and I'm going to write the number down real quick. How many people we got in here? All right. Okay. Come on, pen. Work. No? There we go. Thank you. All right. So let's go over the rules real quick. You guys should know them by now. Standard rules, right?
Gary,
we're going to do
Gary has
random
wonderful jokes.
Huh?
I said, Gary, he just has wonderful jokes.
There he goes. Always. He's always around.
I love Gary. I think he's hilarious.
So standard rules apply here. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a number range. Wait for me to give you the number range. Okay. When I do, only enter once. And please remember that the internet will prioritize your answer on your screen. I can only go off of what is first on my screen, guys. So we're going to go ahead, do a random number, 1 through 15. Go. And now we wait for StreamYard to catch up to everybody else.
Right.
StreamYard's a little bit like what happens is it just kind of sends it and there it goes. And then it jumps. There it is. See?
Wow.
All right. Let's see. First turn through here.
What a song to sing.
Jason, you did. So go ahead and guess again because you didn't even guess in the range. Go ahead and guess. You guessed too high, dude. Go ahead and guess in the range. You tried to jump the gun. I'll give you a shot here.
I think Jason bought everything last night. Like literally bought everything.
That's awesome.
Oh no, he's a rock star. I appreciate it.
So I'm going to give it a few minutes, but so far we actually don't have a winner. So I'm going to give it a few seconds here, just like 20 seconds. If not, we're going to do this again. So let's just check.
Yeah, it was Jason. He said I did.
Yeah, listen to Twitch. Hit that thumbs up. Absolutely. Sorry, Chris, if you're out there, Chris, my brother, go ahead and throw the dots up for me. We're going to stop this round right now. And you got to wait. From now on, it's going to be whatever comes up after the dots, as long as Chris is still out there. If Chris isn't out there, then we could have a problem. I think he's out there watching now. But So
I can do it. I can get on my phone and do it if you want.
no, Chris is probably watching. If not, it's no big deal, honestly. There he is. There's my guy. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another round, 1 through 15. It's up to you. Change your number. Don't change your number. Whatever you want to do. Go. And it's got to be after Chris's dots. Chris Fahenstock. After his dots.
Yeah. Tell you what, this whole
All right, you guys can stop.
oh, we got someone?
Yep, we have a winner. I'm checking my list twice. I'm like Santa Claus right now. Yep, he's the first one on my screen. Jersey Ron.
Hey,
He gets the number 4.
that guy wins everything from me.
Some guys just listen, some guys just have that luck in them. It's just like deep ingrained in their DNA. Devin from Beard Code, every time he's in one of my streams, he wins.
And James, Bearded Metal Shop
Yep.
too. I swear, those guys. Hey,
So,
yeah, but
some
Ron.
congrats out to Ron.
So Ron,
That's
just
awesome.
message me, Ron. I didn't save your address or anything like that. So just message me on Instagram, and I'll get that sent out to you tomorrow.
Congrats. Yep, there you go. I finally won on your show. Hey, man. Congratulations. I'm glad I could get you a win tonight. But thank that man, honestly. All I did was host it. He's the one giving the products away. So
Yeah, definitely.
always thank the owners because they're cool enough to do this stuff. So otherwise, it's just me up here saying go and you guys picking numbers for no damn reason other than for me to say, hey, you got the right number. Like, so
well, Ron is like one of the most supportive people I know in this. Like, he's a good dude. So
there you go. Swag's on his way to make an order.
hey, that's awesome.
All right. So talk to me about, so when you're getting ready to make your scent profiles, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
even the names for it all, where do your inspirations come from? Like, where do you draw your ideas from?
Um,
And you
I
can
don't
tell
know.
me it's just completely random if you want to.
It's
That's fine.
not like I have a Christmas one that's limited, and I want to know if I want to come out with it and tell you guys or not, because they all have specialties. So except you, like for instance, with Dave from Faithfully Bearded, formerly known as David KC, and Devin. I wanted something what they wanted, and so
Right.
that was more. But then I want to have their name a part of it, or something like that. That's why we came up with Angler's Code. Angler is a fisherman, and Code was him, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so Angler's Code made sense to me. As for, yeah, I'll tell you kind of about. So I have a limited one that's a Christmas run. I'm not going to make very many. I'm not going to tell you the scent profile, but it means something to me personally.
Okay.
So I'm having Oz do the artwork. He's already did it. I'm actually doing this, getting the labels the same time as I'm getting
How happy do you think Oz is that he found this community?
Oh yeah, Oz.
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, he deserves it. The man does great work, but he has gotten a ton of work from this community. He deserves every second of it. But he's got to be thrilled over the moon that he found this place.
Yeah. Well, no. So I asked Oz. I'm like, Oz, this is what I'm looking for. Is this something that you can do? And he's like, absolutely. And then him and I have gotten really close just because, dude, he's just so talented. Like,
Yes.
he did exactly the first try. He did exactly what I asked him, or not what I asked, what I was describing to him. And it's just something special. And I'm way excited for you guys to see it. And then I'm naming it Coming Home. So there's been, I'm sorry, I'm a wuss, guys. I'm getting a little emotional.
It's okay.
So I've had a lot of troubles in my family with one of my kids, and that's why this past month with everyone, especially with what Chris from the company to be named later, his daily little things, it's been rough on me as a dad. Because you hate seeing any of your children go through certain types of pain and whatnot, because you just love them so much. And so what I thought is, what is something that just reminds me of home, that gives comfort, that gives everything like that? And so we named something called, my wife and I created something that was something special to me. It's nothing. It's very, very simplistic, but it means something to us. And so we named it Coming Home, and it's going to come out in November. And so hopefully you guys love it. But I've never seen it out there. I've asked a few reviewers, actually just my affiliates, hey, have you heard of anything like this? And absolutely, they're like, this is so simplistic, but so good. And so it's just 2 cents. That's it. And it's so good. And so that's why sorry, it's rough. It's been rough. A lot of hospital visits. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my personal life out of the business, but
no, man. Listen, I bring guys on here. I want to get to know not just the company, but them. Mm-hmm. And if you want to share these kind of things, I'm more than willing to listen, brother. And I'm sure the rest of the guys in here are too.
Yeah, it's just you hate seeing any of your kids hurt.
Absolutely. It's my worst nightmare, honestly. So
yeah. And so that's why we came up with something like that. The name and what her favorite thing is in the whole world. And that's what we created. Something that was special for her. So, yeah. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully you guys don't cry like I did. But I hope it's something special for you guys. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, Bearded Mac? Chris, what's going on, brother? One of my ultimate goals is to get a company to do a collab with me for Christmas, mm-hmm. and to get them to make something that doesn't have mint in it.
Okay. It's true.
I want to make like a Christmas cologne type blend that doesn't go anywhere near mint, but still brings the holiday feeling. You get what I'm saying?
I do. And
because to me, being Italian, right, growing up, that cologne smell was holiday to me because everybody that walked in the room had 80 pounds of it on.
And what's funny is I know what scent that is. Because my grandpa was he was an immigrant with his whole family from Italy.
Hey, yo, man, what's going on, Scott?
So it was. I have one that's a blue spruce scent, and then I was going to add some things to it. But then this situation happened, and I wanted to make something special for her that meant something to my family. So
well, then that's more important than anything else, brother. And yeah, I hope it does.
And if we don't sell it, we don't sell it, but it means something to us. So.
But now, yep, absolutely. That's what we do in this community. We rally around and we try to help each other. So that's absolutely what we do. But I'm going to try and lighten the mood just a little bit.
Yeah, seriously.
Just a little bit, right? So you've done a lot of work with these guys. I don't know. They call themselves the Four Beardsmen. And one of them is this bald-headed guy who I'm not really sure if his channel's worth much, but his wife makes some of the best cookies you'll ever eat. I'm almost positive if it wasn't for her bribing everyone with cookies, his channel would be dead by now. But
he'd have like 4 followers.
That's just me. That's just my thoughts. And if you guys didn't know, I'm talking about Ken. And actually, I love Ken. Ken's like one of my closest friends in the community. I'm just busting his balls. That's my job in life.
Didn't Gary like spend $275 or something on those cookies?
Yes. $275 or something like that on Miss Bluegrass cookies. Like, those better be the greatest cookies he ever eats. Like,
yeah, well, Ken, I was watching Andy's channel before this and showing them some love and giving that, and he said it was all gluten-free, and he said it's the best cookies he's ever had, and that's coming from his wife. So Gary's in for a treat.
Yeah, and
they look good.
How did that relationship really begin, though? Was it just from you reaching out to them, or like the entire Four Beardsmen group? How did that really get started?
I reached out to Tyson. Like I was telling you, I never met. I just saw Dan, and then I started seeing Tyson from Faithful Beard, and I was watching his videos, and I'm like, I really like his videos. He's very professional. He really cares about it, and so I'm like, I wonder. So I reached out to him, and then he said, "Well, we just started this Four Beardsmen." And and maybe we would like to put you as the first because of the sea minerals in the ionic and the sea minerals. He's like, I'd like for us to try this, and and then he goes off to say, it's like, but if they suck, we're not going to do it, so send it to me early. I'm like, okay, but I wasn't worried because I've had it in Baird, and I've had lots of friends have it in Baird, and like they stopped buying. And I have a friend across the street who's bought from me 4 times now, just because you've tried it, they're really, really good. So yeah, so he liked it, and then
now
John, all those guys are awesome. So
now I'm gonna throw you on the spot.
okay,
You ready?
Depends.
Who is your favorite Four Beardsmen?
They all have different personalities. They all have their different. They're all their like John.
I'm trying to get somebody angry. You got to back me up here. You got to work with me here. Give me somebody.
Who are you trying to make angry? Oh, Tyson's my favorite because he's on. Am I supposed to? No, I actually talked to Tyson today quite a bit. He's a stud. He's helped me out a lot. No, I talk to them all. I like them equally. There's no one that I don't hate, but I don't hate anyone. So
I was going to say, I can't really picture you not liking somebody.
yeah.
Even when I've seen you in bad spots, you still had nice things to say about the people.
Oh yeah.
So I just couldn't really picture you hating any of them. So, but I was trying to make fun of Ken, and it's fine. But
Sorry,
it's okay.
I didn't know where you were going with it. I know we were still making fun of Ken, but I didn't know that.
I was trying to make fun of Ken. I just want to make fun of Ken a little bit. It was his turn this week. That's all. So I have a weird question I've designed for everybody. And it's what I'll be asking every owner that comes on here. And it came from a show I was watching earlier. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Room 104.
So I was blanking out. I'm sorry. I was reading Twitch's thing. What did you just say about 104? I'm so sorry.
I have a new question for everybody. I'm going to ask every owner, and it's a bit out there, but it comes from the show Room 104. Have you ever seen it before?
I never even heard of it.
Okay. So it's an anthology series, half-hour long on HBO. It's a different story every week.
Okay.
And they had an episode recently that was called The Crossroads, where you met this, I guess, the devil's secretary at a hotel, and you could make a deal.
Okay.
And they could give you whatever you wanted in life. You could have the greatest life you ever imagined for a period of 50 years.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, though, your soul became theirs.
Oh, that's sad.
So my question is, if a devil showed up tomorrow on your doorstep and said, listen, with the snap of a finger, I can give you billions. I can give you anything you ask for. You can be fishing for the rest of your life every single day, enjoying it. You can have the greatest life you ever imagined. But at the end of it, you're coming to hell.
Okay.
What would your response be? No chance at all.
No, I think our trials in life, and I'll use the word trial because we all have trials. Like there's always going to be ups, there's always going to be down. They make who we are.
Time out. I did not murder a squirrel. The squirrel jumped into the garbage can. I did not murder the squirrel. I tried to rescue the squirrel. I felt bad when I turned over the garbage can and he just flopped on the ground. But what do you want me to do? It's a squirrel. What was I supposed to do? Give the thing mouth to mouth? Like, what do you want me to do exactly?
Now, did you see it jump in?
No, I didn't know. The only reason I knew this happened was because actually I was on the phone with Mike and Beth from Miner's Beard Co. And I'm in my backyard and my sister starts yelling from the front.
Uh-huh.
She thought she had went to throw the garbage out and she thought there was a squirrel in there eating the garbage and she trapped it. That's what she thought had happened. So I went running to the front to move the garbage bag because she was afraid to do it because she was afraid the squirrel was going to like jump on her or something. I was like, what are you worried about? It ain't going to attack you. You don't have any nuts. You're good. Relax, right?
I don't know.
So I moved the bag. There's no squirrel, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? But then I start hearing the noise too. Well, then I look over to the other can, and in the other can is maybe about a foot of water in this garbage can.
Oh.
and a squirrel trying to swim its way back up to the top.
Why didn't you grab a shovel or something? Just get him out.
This poor thing was just soaked all the way through, right? So I did. I dumped the garbage can real quick.
Or just dump it. Yeah.
It flopped down onto the concrete, completely soaked. I even tried to go grab him real quick, and then it just like quick burst took off. But then a couple hours later, I come back outside and I could see him hiding underneath the bushes by my house. But anytime I tried to go near him, he started freaking out. The next morning, I go outside this morning and he's laying on the concrete dead.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah,
but
that's not your fault at all.
You know, Gary and Johnny are using it, you know. Look, see, Joe grilled it well done too. See, look at these guys. Look at these guys.
Vato's a squirrel life matter.
I did not kill this. I was trying to save. You know what? I should have never told anyone about the squirrel. I should have just let it be.
You really should have.
All right.
That's something to razz you about now.
I'm not the one who ripped limbs off of an animal. That was somebody else in this community. Just saying.
Right.
I tried to help the squirrel. I'm going to leave it at that. I tried. It did not work. All right. Back to the questions here. So you have right now on
right now. We were talking about that Crossroads question. That's why I was still answering it. Oh no, I wouldn't take the. You know, I feel like my life is wonderful. I feel like we all go through our trials, but it makes it better.
Yeah.
No what?
See now, Chris is saying I should have given it mouth to mouth. Oh, this bluegrass is here. We can get the party started. Absolutely.
Right.
See now,
she's doing a giveaway. I
got to tell you, Miss Bluegrass is not giving anything away because if she's giving cookies anywhere, I'm just claiming it. So that's that. See now, this is where I'm going to differ from a lot of people. I got to tell you. Seriously.
That's Devin.
I'd probably say yes to the deal.
Yeah.
I would probably listen, man. Life has been far from kind to me and my child. And in my brain, the way my brain would compute this thing is, all right, so if I could end my life with, let's say, 50 million in the bank, that's 50 million going to Sam.
So that makes a good point. If like I had to take care of my children and stuff like that, I probably would. Like you and I are in a different situation.
So like for me, it's like, if I'm going to, all right, so me, eternal torment in hell, but Sam, amazing life. I'm going to take the torment in hell. There we go. That'll work for me.
Only a dad would get that too.
Yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Totally understand that. Good answer.
Tail was fake. Oh my God. You guys are just terrible. You guys are just the worst. You know that? Any plans to I'm like losing my train of thought now because now I'm picturing a squirrel on a grill. Like, you see what you guys did?
What is that one with Adam Sandler, the water boy? Grilling the squirrels.
Yeah. She made gators on the grill. She made a ton of things on the grill in that movie.
My mom.
But on the website right now, correct me if I'm wrong, you have oils and butters, correct?
And soap.
And soap, right. Yes. Okay. Oils, butters, and soap. Any plans on expanding that in the future?
Absolutely. I'm already in the works of wash and conditioner.
Okay.
And I would like to go into a woman's line eventually with my wife. She's helping me with that. There's a few other things, but yes, we're slowly going to expand as the money that we acquire from selling, we're going to invest it and build more of a different thing. So, absolutely.
This squirrel thing is just not going to end.
Joe's
and you got Gary with squirrel pie, like it's just never going to end here. I was just because talking to you one-on-one, obviously I know things. So when I knew that your wife helped you out and such, I was curious if the women's line had ever crossed your mind. Because you see that with a lot of, I guess you can call them marriage companies, where the husband and wife both do it together. Eventually they branch into the women's lines.
Yeah, my wife's already using, so the last cast, right there, the one that just came out last night. That's the coconut, vanilla, sugar, and acai. That was the one that she helped me make. She uses it herself, but she wanted something that she could cuddle up at night too, and like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, that type of thing. And so when we're watching a movie and stuff, she would be like, dude, why are you wearing that? Go wash it off. So she helped me make this for an evening scent that calms you, and also to allow your wife or your significant other to enjoy the scent as well. So that's why we did that last cast. The last cast instead of the last call. Just the last cast. It's the last time you go fishing type of thing for that night. So yeah, cool. we're going to be doing Women's Line for sure. She's on top of that with me.
Last cast is incredible. There you go. All right, so you guys know we started a new segment on Meet Your Maker called Ask the Interviewer. So we actually trade places here for a minute, and Tyson over there can ask me up to 5 questions, any questions he wants, and I have to answer them. So, Tyson, the floor is yours, sir. Ask away.
Gosh, I wish I wouldn't have deleted it. I don't know where all my questions went, but okay. If you were a Disney princess, or if you want, it could be a Disney princess, what Disney princess would you be? And why?
Now I'm trying to go through Disney princesses in my head right now.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. There's some cute ones, too. Not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, there were some cute ones. You know what? I can't remember her name right now. Who was the one from Princess and the Frog?
Tatiana? Is that her name?
Yes. I would be her. Absolutely.
Why?
Because she gets to live one of my dreams at the end, not marrying a prince.
Oh, I was like,
she gets to own her own restaurant type deal and live in New Orleans with the music and all that good stuff and that lifestyle. Always one of my dreams. So it would definitely be Tatiana.
Bullcut Joe as a Disney princess. Chris. Pineapple does not belong on a squirrel.
These guys are just never going to let it go.
Squirrel oil versus emu. Oh, my goodness. These are good.
Yep.
Second one. Besides your daughter, what's your inspiration?
My grandfather.
Why?
He's not with me anymore, but when my grandfather, to this day, no offense, Dad, at all, I love you. But my grandfather to me was the greatest man that ever walked this earth, and nobody's ever going to convince me of anything different. From the day I was born till the day he left us, his major concerns in life were the family and taking care of us, and more specifically me. We had a connection that few on this earth shared, and one of the things he always instilled in me was, no matter what's going on in life, you can always try and help somebody else. You can always do the right thing. So just be the best you can be and try and always be a good person. Everything else will fall into place. So I just try to remember the things he's told me and do things the way I think he would have done them.
Great answer. Well said. I feel the same way towards my grandparents too. Great answer. All right. So next question. If you could meet and hang out with for as long period of time as you want, anyone, fictional, real, dead or alive. So it could be on a movie, it could be on in a book, or it could be someone in real life. Dead or alive, who would you want to go hang out with?
Oh man, that's
right. You think about all the movie stuff, you're like, that'd be cool. Oh.
Yeah. Like, are we going to hang out in the movie?
No, yeah, you'd be part of that movie. It's fictional. It's like you could do whatever you wanted. Who would it be with and why? Because it's always the question is like, hey, anyone in history? I'm like, no, let's add the movie content. Let's do the fictional stuff.
Carrie says I would pick him. Duh.
Dude, like everything's kind of like I'm like, okay, Jurassic Park would be cool.
Yeah. I'm going through a lot of things here. Yeah. Like
old school Ghostbusters would be fun. Hanging out with all those guys. I mean, there's the Three Amigos.
I got it.
Okay, who?
I got it. I don't know if it's actually possible.
No, it's possible in this scenario.
Does it have to be a person?
what's up with you and other like Disney and the Frog and then a squirrel? Now what?
Does it have to be a person?
I guess not.
All right. So I'm going to pick Godzilla. I'm absolutely going to pick Godzilla.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to like, you know, first of all, I'm going to figure if I'm in the Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
I'm
which
playing,
one?
And I'm hanging out. Oh no, the newer ones. These newer ones now. If I'm in a Godzilla movie and I'm hanging out with like Godzilla, I got to be important somehow, right?
Yeah.
There got to be something going on with me. So either I'm like a Titan that's on his side kicking ass, or I'm some human who knows more than he probably ever should. But more than that, as much as it's a movie, and I understand it's a movie, don't get me wrong, could you imagine the awe-inspiring feeling of seeing something like that walk near you?
Oh.
Like, just being present. Like, that would be like going to Jurassic Park, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And seeing a T-Rex walk by you for the first time or something like that.
No, that'd be intimidating. That'd be scary.
The feeling of being in the presence of something like that, but being on a music set with Eminem is a close second.
Oh. Well,
Very close.
8 Mile. 8 Mile would be a fun one then.
Yeah, I mean, being on 8 Mile or just even being on a video shoot with him just to see, to be in the studio with him and watch him go through his process.
Oh, okay.
To see how it goes from him getting the song, the beat, if you will, to them putting the hook on it and then him laying his verses on it. I would love to see it all kind of come together. So that would be a close second, but definitely getting to hang out with Godzilla and watch some crushing things would be cool.
Yeah, great answer. I'd never even thought of that. So cool. Those are the questions I have. I had 2 other ones, but unfortunately I lost them and I can't remember what they were. Yeah,
he actually deleted them right before we got on here.
I was just trying to backspace, and for some reason, I don't know what
it happens. It happened. No worries, brother.
Yeah, but I don't know who I would want to be or hang out with either. In my mind, I'm like, there's so many good people. So
look at them. They're still going on about the squirrel. Like, unbelievable. It hasn't stopped.
What have you created, man?
I didn't create anything. The squirrel, like, literally, apparently committed suicide in my garbage can. It wasn't my fault. You know? I mean, come on, guys. I didn't do it. All right, guys. So you know how we do here. Now it's time for the lightning round, and then we will do our last giveaway from Copper John's tonight as we get ready to wrap up because it's a school night, and I got to go make sure my kid goes to bed. So if you are ready, sir, I've got about, I don't know, like 40 some odd questions here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you're all set.
Yes.
All right. Favorite cologne?
Nightfall. I like it. That's why I made it.
Favorite soda?
Oh, crap. Probably Coke Zero.
A lot of people like Coke Zero, man. I'm getting that answer a lot, actually.
I like Coke Zero. It's nice and refreshing. It's good.
All right. Favorite cereal?
Fruity Pebbles.
My daughter would absolutely agree with you. Like those
Fruity Pebbles are
that's
amazing.
On hers. Favorite 90s rock group?
Pearl Jam. I like Pearl Jam.
John loved Pearl Jam. Absolutely loved them. Favorite hair rock band?
I don't know. What's a hair rock band?
Basically the 80s.
Um.
So like think like Poison, Guns N' Roses. I think was in there.
AC/DC.
Yeah. I believe they were in there too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know much about that. I apologize.
It's okay. That's the point. To get you in weird situations where you have no idea what to answer.
Yeah.
Favorite 90s sitcom?
Is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Will Smith?
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that show.
Absolutely, man. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was the first rap I learned word for word. The intro. That was And I think I still know it to this day. So
I
that's just
pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I said, "Oh yeah, smell you later." Looking at Dyson, I was finally there to come set up the Prince of
set him
Bel
up as the Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah, I heard they're making a remake with that, so we'll see.
They were talking about it for a while, and we'll see, man. Hopefully they can get Will to come back and really have some fun with it. But favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
That's a good one. Coffee or tea?
Neither. I don't drink that. Sorry.
Really?
Wow.
Beer or wine?
I don't drink.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Go to the woods or go to the beach?
It depends on the day.
You gotta pick one.
Woods. Beach. There's so. I mean, you go to Oceanside. I love it. We go to Carlsbad and stuff like that. It's one of my favorite places to go.
Do you remember during the era where we had nothing but outrageous action movies with crazy action stars in them?
Oh yeah.
All right. Stallone or Schwarzenegger? Who was the better man in the action days?
There's Rambo or Terminator. They're both really good. I would say Terminator 2, because I would say that would be the best. So Schwarzenegger. Okay.
Now, during that era, there were more than just them.
Chuck Norris.
Jean-Claude Van Damme or Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris's beard could whip your ass.
Yeah. Bloodsport with John Von Damme, but other than that, it was like all the same crap. So I like.
Yeah. I like Van Damme, but whoever was making movies for him was not doing him any favors.
No, at all.
It was just basically the same role repeated over and over and over. Absolutely. In fact, the last good role he did was Expendables 2, where he was the bad guy. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and that's where Chuck Norris was in it, and they actually did all the Chuck Norris jokes, right?
Yes, they did. He's a loner. He killed a bunch of guys by himself with one gun.
The rattlesnake bit him, and then after excruciating hours of pain, the rattlesnake finally died.
Yeah, they did all those jokes in there. Yes, they did. Favorite actress? You can base it off whatever you want.
Dude. Sorry, there's so many. I'm just thinking of all the movies I like. I really like the Hunger Games series. What's her name? Oh,
why can't I love her? Why can't I remember her name?
Like, she's been in a lot. Like, she's really good. She's crazy in real life, but she's really good.
Yeah, I can't remember her name to save my life right now, and I absolutely love the girl. Yeah, I'd marry her right now if she asked me to.
Oh, she's amazing. She's gorgeous, but she's also such a good actress. She was in that one where they were Jennifer Lawrence. There you go. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Yeah, she's really, really good. I like her. Yes, absolutely. I agree. That was a good one, sir. Very good one. Football or baseball? Football. Hands down. Look at them. They're still going with the Squirrels. Squirrel Lawrence. Renee Squirrel Wigger. Oh, I love Gary. Oh, my God. You got to admit, he likes to have fun. I'm sorry. So football or baseball? Football, hands down. Basketball or hockey? Basketball. Kickball or dodgeball? Dodgeball. Nike or Reebok? Nike. Favorite candy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Favorite, we're going not chocolate, actual candies. Yeah. So sweet tarts and things like that. You know what I mean? Oh, I love sweet tarts. I would say as of right this moment, because it's been changing, would have to be the Airhead. Are they called Airheads? The bars? You know what I'm talking about? Are they Airheads? But they're the little squirt. They're the little Skittle things, but they're Airhead flavors. Okay, I know what you're talking about. All right, I really like those. Chocolate covered squirrel. They are just absolutely going nuts with this. You guys are. I mean, Gary's on tonight. It's crazy. Favorite chips? Chips? Yep. Takis. The red Takis. Oh my God, my daughter loves those. Loves them. They're so good. They're so good. We'll buy a bag of chips, and I won't even get to have any because my kids devoured them before I even get there.
Apple versus Android. Which is the better product?
Apple. And you can
Ugh.
see my screen is little.
All right. You're trapped in a room, and they're going to put one of these two in the room. Which one is scarier? A cobra snake or 100 tarantulas?
Oh, tarantulas. Yeah. Well, oh yeah, I don't do spiders. Like if there's a spider in my house, I'm like, hey, Candace, smile. Like if there's a mouse in my house or something, oh yeah, let's take care of it. Spiders, not me. Mm-mm. Like I can't even get the shoe and do it. Like I'm too afraid. Like what if it jumps at me? You know?
Oh my God! Look at them. Like he just doesn't stop. I didn't do it. I swear. All right. Same kind of scenario. You're back in that room again, and I don't know, an evil genie pops up and says, "You're gonna get attacked right now, and it's either gonna be by a killer clown or a demon. Which sounds worse to you?"
The killer clown. That's why you and the miners. Holy crap! I hate clowns. I don't know why.
There, actually, he's right above me a little bit. He's right. There he goes.
So I have a friend who is the nicest guy in the world, but he loves taking me to haunted houses with our wives, and because I'm the wuss. You think I would be the lady in the relationship because holy crap, I run, I scream. Like I have to keep my hands in the pockets because I go swinging.
Okay.
like I'm that guy who punches you if you frighten me. Like you jump out of nowhere. Boom.
You couldn't do like Six Flags Fight Fest when they come up behind you with the shovels, slam it on the ground.
There's there's literally some places I'm like I can't go or I'll punch them. Like my wife jumped in front of me and I caught it right at the very end, but she reached out like this and I broke her finger. I have a coworker who I kicked right in between the legs because he scared me. Like, dude, I punch and kick. Like I'm like, we don't play this game. I get scared. Just like I don't do it. I don't watch scary movies. I don't do any of that stuff. I just don't like getting scared. People like that. I don't.
Oh, I love horror movies, but to each their own, man. Yeah. Steak or chicken?
Steak.
These ones don't apply to you because you said you don't drink.
Sorry, man. I don't.
All good. If you can hang out with any historic figure, I'm flipping the switch now on you. Here you go. Mm-hmm. Any historic figure, who would it be?
Oh crap! I would love to be. Well, there's two. So I don't know. There's a lot. So I would think I would really enjoy being in when they're debating and contemplating creating the Declaration of Independence and breaking from the Union. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually signing the Declaration of Independence. I think that would just be inspirational. It'd be amazing. So I think something like that and not living in that time period, but like just going there and listening to their discussions on whys and why nots and what they really thought about as they're founding the country. I think that'd be cool.
The squirrel things are just never going to end. That would be pretty cool. And you know what? I don't know why I didn't think of this before because it would have definitely been my answer, but my answer was so wrong earlier. If I could have gone to any movie, it would have easily been Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Shut up. That was I bought the third one right when it came out because it's actually one of the best movies ever. I agree completely.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm dying to see it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's if you like Bill and Ted's, it's Bill and Ted's. It's just older. It's stupid. But it's so much fun.
Who wins? Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got blanked out in my own mind. Who wins? 2 vampires or 20 zombies?
Vampires. They have all the power. Yeah. Yeah. The vampires are just like, have you never seen Twilight? Those vampires are powerful. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't use Twilight as the example, but okay. I know you don't watch scary stuff, so I get it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah.
Dude, it's the funniest show ever. But like that stuff isn't scary, but no, Shaun of the Dead, something like that would be good.
Who's going to win, King Kong or Godzilla when the time comes?
I would have to say Godzilla.
I just don't see how Kong is winning this fight, honestly.
Yeah,
I agree.
With the new way they're doing Godzilla with the lightning and all that. I just don't think Godzilla can lose.
I don't see how. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kong's probably better equipped for like actual like fighting because he's got arms that really work and all that good stuff. But Godzilla's just got too many weapons. I don't see how Kong's winning that fight without some help, honestly.
Oh, there's. I think he'd get a few swings in, but then all of a sudden Godzilla would just get upset and zap him.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he basically torched Ghidorah just by getting angry.
Yeah.
Who wins in a fight, Superman or the Hulk?
Ooh, that would be a fun one, but Superman. Absolutely.
Favorite cartoon growing up?
Thundercats.
Dude, everybody picks it. I love it. That was mine. Everybody loves the Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh, yeah, so much fun. Love Thundercats. That and He-Man. If you remember He-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, the old school He-Man.
That's my era, man. Yeah. That's my era.
How old are you? You mind me asking?
36.
Okay, see, I'm 40, so.
Favorite cookie?
Sugar cookies when they're done right.
Oh, look, Gary's actually giving some good answers here. Rocky and Bullwinkle. He responded to the Thundercats.
Yeah. Ho.
MMA or boxing?
MMA all the way, dude. I think Mayweather would have got destroyed if it was a real fight. To me, boxing is just a bunch of guys. You know what I mean? If it was a real fight, Mayweather would have got destroyed.
I hear what you're saying. To me, I've always said it like this: boxing is a science. If there's an art form to it, if you will.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to be
everything.
There's honestly, if you can master the art, and that's what Mayweather did, of hitting someone and then being able to not get hit. He didn't beat people up. He just landed 5 or 6 punches and then made sure you didn't land anything.
No, he's so good at boxing. Generally, he's so good. But the thing is in real life, and in real life, I think MMA. If you're in a fight, you're not going to go box. Oh, run away, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
You're gonna get after it. You know what I mean? And so MMA and to me, MMA is real life. Like, I think Mayweather would have got destroyed.
All right, who wins in a fight? Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
Prime?
Yes, in their primes.
Mike Tyson, because I think he could take a punch, but when he was in his prime before he went to prison and everything like that, holy crap! I mean, you get right in front of you, and he had that power. I'm kind of curious how much power he had, but he had it. I just don't know how much.
So I always tell people that Mike in his prime would be tough to beat. Period. I mean, that guy touched people and they folded forever. You never heard from him again. They were just gone. Oh.
He was so intimidating. Everyone. I mean, truthfully, if you offered me $1 million to go in the ring with Mike Tyson, who wouldn't do that? You'd knock you out.
Absolutely.
But you just made $1 million.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Absolutely.
But, holy
all
crap.
I need is to feel the air from his fist coming, and I'm going down.
Oh yeah, you're
but you still got to pay me at that point. Yeah. I got in the ring. You got to pay, right?
Dude, but his prime, I don't think anyone could beat him in his prime.
No, the only thing that gives me pause on that is the fact that Ali took a prime George Foreman and made a joke out of him. That's the only thing that gives me pause because Foreman hit like a ton of bricks too. So,
it's true.
Two different animals, so you never know.
You never really got Tyson in extra rounds because he always knocked you out. So I wonder if he ran out of gas, if it went in extra rounds. So that's true.
Better player, LeBron or Michael Jordan?
So I think Michael Jordan is an unbelievable athlete for his time, but I don't think he would be Michael Jordan now. I don't know how to explain it. I think LeBron James is by far, in a way, the best player. But I think if you put Michael Jordan in here, he would be really good, but he wouldn't be the Michael Jordan that we know from the 80s and 90s. just because it's a different style of basketball. So you put them together, that's my thought. I think LeBron James is an unbelievable athlete. Do I think he's an idiot right now from all the crap that he's saying? Yeah. Just shush. And, but he's allowed to talk and everything like that. So that's just me.
I said it before. Mike was a killer, absolute killer on the court. He got the ball in his hands late in the game. If he had the ball for a game-winning shot, the game was over already. He was going to end that game. But Mike never played against, as much as Mike played against Hall of Famers, don't get me wrong, but he never played against the kind of talent LeBron is playing against. You got 7-footers now who can post up from the three-point line.
Mm-hmm.
In Mike's day, 7-footers didn't move from the rim.
Well, no, and the three-point shot was very limited. No one ever shot it. It was more, think of the Jerry Sloan, Phil Jackson era, that time. That was all hard-nosed defensive basketball, get it into the post and have the forwards and centers do all the job. You know what I mean? Yeah. And now it's just kind of like the opposite. And so it's just a different game. Now, Jordan would absolutely be an all-star today. He'd be amazing. But one thing, though, I just remember as a kid watching the finals. Was it the finals where it was on the I saw it live. But then it was on the Gatorade commercials when he goes up for a layup. And he's like, no, never mind. Just takes it and switches the left hand in midair and does that. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
So, and what's funny is then all of a sudden I saw LeBron James do that. And I'm like, oh, dude, he did it. I mean, the kid's just stupid talented.
Gary, I hear what you're saying, Gary. But all those guys you just listed they're legends. I love basketball. Those guys are absolute legends. But if you put any one of them on a court and showed them Kevin Durant, they wouldn't know what to do with him. You're talking about a 7-footer who can dribble, drive, post up, shoot, knock down a three. And those are the kind of guys LeBron's had to deal with his entire career. I mean, LeBron is one of those freaks. You're talking 6'9", 250 who can play the point.
Yeah,
so you put us a different world right now.
You put LeBron though back in that time with that size and with his capability.
He's fine. He's absolutely fine.
He would destroy everyone. He would be like Kareem. No, what's the guy who played for the 76ers for the ABA? Not Wilt Chamberlain, but the other guy.
Dr. J?
Dr. J. Like, to me, that's the same height, same skill. You know what I mean? He would destroy everyone.
Better quarterback, Joe Montana or Tom Brady?
I think Tom Brady is an amazing quarterback, Hall of Famer, but I think he lucked out with the system. I think Joe Montana is a freaking stud, but he had Rice also.
Absolutely.
So, but I don't know. That's one that I would, LeBron here, but then I think Montana, because I think Montana would excel now too. Because, now they can't do all the hand checking and stuff like they did in the past. So for a long time, I was big on, if you put Peyton Manning in New England, he'd have the rings. It would have happened with him too. You know what I mean? Yeah. In fact, they might even been more unstoppable because Belichick could have turned to Peyton and said, okay, you run the offense. I'm going to go over here and worry about the defense, and we'll just worry about it later on. Omaha.
Exactly. Peyton could have run things on his own. So if you put them together, Peyton might have 11 rings right now for all we friggin' know. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. But to me, Brady's amazing. I'm never going to take that away from him. He's top 2, period. He's
a Hall of Famer. He's a ring. He has so many rings.
But Montana changed the way the game was actually played at the time. He came in the league when it was a right-heavy league. And him and Bill Walsh and that system changed the way the game of football was played forever.
Oh, yeah. Him and Jerry Rice. Dude, and then Aikman and Emmitt Smith. And why can't I think of the...
Wait. Did you just say Montana? Gary, I'm sorry. The defense of today can't even play defense.
No, not like that.
You're talking about back in the day with guys like Rod Woodson and such where they could actually get their hands on the field if they wanted to.
We lost you for a second, man.
Oh, am I back?
Yes.
You're talking about a different era, though. That back in the day, defenses could be defenses. They could be intimidators. They could.
You just look at old times where they could hit. You know, right when there was no such thing as a defensive running back or a defensive receiver. Now there is. Now if you touch them or look at them wrong, there's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's 100% different football. And it's probably for the better just because they don't get brain damage like
absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think Joe Montana would thrive in today's football. Like,
if you put Montana in that team in today, and you told Jerry Rice, wait, no, not only is this a pass-heavy offense, but nobody can touch you. You can go run your route. They can't grab you, and they can't hit you until you have become a defended receiver, basically. Jerry would look at them and go, oh, wow, we're going for 200 every game. Let's go, boys. I'm getting an easy 20 catches a game here. Let's go.
Chris goes, hey, guys, you're contradicting yourself regarding old school basketball and old school football. No, I don't think we are.
Two differences.
Yeah. Because back in the day, you could, you think of the old school Pistons with Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, all those guys. Dude, even Karl Malone, who I'm a huge Utah Jazz fan, he knocked the crap out of Spurs guy, tall. Not Dennis Rodman, Navy guy. What's his name? Bill, what's his name? He elbowed the crap out of him, knocked him out. Anyway, that was allowed, and you could do that crap, and now you can. So the physicality of the game, I think that now in basketball, you have more skilled players. And I think they're more athletic, they're more quicker, they're more faster. And I also agree that's the case in football. But we're talking about a guy who has an arm, who is really intelligent, who could throw to today's receivers and throw today's game, who doesn't have that limitation of what he had in the past. If you gave a prime Montana, dude, he would destroy. Absolutely.
Yeah, my whole point is that, number one, and on top of it, he doesn't really have to get hit either.
Uh-huh.
Like, Montana doesn't have to worry about as much in today's era. But again, it's apples to oranges. Like, it's you're going to flip a coin, and given on a day, I'm going to be like, you know what? Brady might be better. Or no, Montana's probably, like, it's that close.
Yeah.
Those guys were easily the two best at their job. And it's just a matter of who you think was better.
So Gary goes, Montana is not mobile enough to make it in today. Well, I disagree. First of all, you choose the quarterback as a person, and then you build a skill set around the person, your quarterback. So right now, you have a lot of mobile quarterbacks because that's what they're playing in college and that's their skill set. So guess what? You're going to have that as a skill set. But if you have a quarterback such as Manning and Brady who aren't mobile, exactly what he's saying, guess what? They're going to have their skill set around them. They're going to have protection for him. So, Gary, love you to death, man, but totally disagree.
And Chris, you're right. They can't hit in basketball anymore. But our point is, at 6'9", 250, even if they could, LeBron driving to the lane would not be affected by it whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, during that era, you think about it this way too, he wouldn't have to worry about running people over as much. They didn't call charges back then. They just let you run people over. So, it's a give and take, man.
I agree with Gary right there where he goes, Manning was also smarter than Montana. Manning and Brady are extremely, extremely intelligent. That's one reason they worked hard for it. Same with Breeze. Holy crap. Those three right there are old school, and they work so hard. I
think Peyton's biggest downfall was his loyalty to the Colts, honestly.
Yeah. And truthfully, his arm wasn't that great. Like, every time he tried to throw downfield, it was always like a duck.
No, it was his mind. He could break down a defense so well that he could always have an open man somewhere.
That's why I'm shocked he's not a coach anywhere.
I'm sure he will be. I think it's just still too fresh for him, honestly. He still wants to play football. Breeze. Oh, yeah, Breeze is amazing. He does not get the credit he deserves at all, that man, because he's definitely top 5 in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah. Easy top 5.
Y'all sleeping on
nobody. Ryan Leaf slept on Ryan Leaf. Okay? Everybody should have slept on Ryan Leaf. We'd all be better off for it. All right, 3 questions left. You already got one of them off your list. Any place you can visit before it's all over. You got Alaska off the list, so what's left?
So I was listening to Pedro last time, and he's at Bora Bora with all the huts on the.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to take my wife to somewhere like that and be able to just have her relax, have her just, once life has calmed down, to be able to do something like that. I think that's definitely something. And then go fishing off of there and then go take a boat to the ocean. I really want to do some fishing in the ocean. I've never done that.
Oh, you've never gone ocean fishing before?
Never, because I don't
It's
live
an
anywhere near.
experience.
Yeah. Like when I was at Oceanside, they have that pier, and I saw a lot of people fishing. I lived in Houston, and I saw people catch a big red drum off of one of the piers, but never got to do it myself. So
no, Gary. Actually, they did not let him go for Leaf. Drew Brees was still on the roster when they had Ryan Leaf, I believe, and he got benched for Ryan, then got his job back when Ryan Leaf sucked, and then they drafted Phillip Rivers right after Drew had his best season with them, and they made the decision to trade Drew and keep Phillip Rivers. If I remember correctly, it was Phillip Rivers was the reason that Drew Brees got traded.
Wasn't this one of those guys from San Diego got traded for Manning in New York?
That was Phillip. He got traded to San Diego in the draft.
And they swapped.
Eli. Yeah, they swapped. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eli, for the 2 rings. We appreciate it, sir.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
That one catch that he got right on his helmet in the finals in the Super Bowl, that was like the best catch I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was. I went to the pep rally for that afterwards, and David Tyree came up to the stands, and he had a football glued to his head. Greatest thing I'd ever been part of. A moment I'd never will forget. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. Cool. And now the last 2 questions. Everybody knows it, man. How should your steak be cooked?
Medium rare with melted blue cheese on top.
Oh, that just sounds bad. And does pineapple belong on your pizza?
If you're my wife, yes. If you're me, no.
There you go. I'll take it. All right, guys. We have put Copper through the ringers. We put Tyson through everything. We asked him every question I could. He asked me his questions. So now we got one more giveaway to do before we wrap this up.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get this ready for you guys. Let me go ahead and get this number together here. How many we got in here? Okay. All right. So here's what we'll do. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right. So remember the rules, guys. The internet will prioritize your answer on your screen. When I give you the number range, only enter once. And please remember that the internet will prioritize your answer. So it's the first one that shows up on my screen, and wait for the range. So we're going to do random number 15 through 30. 15 through 30. Go.
How many do we have in there right now in the stream?
30.
Oh. Dude, I was reading comments when you said. I remember saying that. Yeah.
And you guys can stop. We have a winner.
See, now Ken's in the stream. Now you can make fun of him.
Oh, well, I'll have to go back and watch now. I'm not doing it all over again. I already did it.
Joe, this has been fun. I really appreciate this.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Come on now. We have a winner. Healthy Bearded with the, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, the 21 in my terrible handwriting.
Dude, he should pay that forward. Come on, Healthy Bearded. You won like everything of mine too. Him and Ron, I swear.
Healthy Bearded gets the win. It's an oil of choice, Congrats, guys. Man. So you can, both winners tonight, DM Tyson and pick whatever oil you want, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Have you seen his Instagram page, Healthy Bearded?
Seen his what?
His Healthy Bearded has lost. You're on the stream, Healthy Bearded. How much have you lost? I think he's lost like 80 pounds.
Oh, yes, I have. And he's also very good in these streams with asking questions and getting involved. He's awesome. Absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah, and he's newer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a really good guy.
Either that or he just started following me recently. One of the two.
You're always the last one, remember?
Always. I picked the number Joe chooses when he's on the other side of giveaways. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you do. Yep, I'm gonna pass it forward. Healthy. Then, what do you want to do, sir?
Because I was just like, I think he has all the oils. Like he's really won all of them.
It's your call, brother. We can do it again, or you can give it to whoever you want to give it to. It's your win right now. So you just let me know what you want to do. Everybody's going to start petitioning now. Healthy here, healthy here. He's just tell us to roll it again. Just tell us to roll it again.
Yeah.
It'll be safer for all those involved.
He is a good dude, though.
But it's his win, so it's up to him. Whatever he wants to do. Peer pressure, yeah. See, Tyson, absolutely peer pressure. Roll it again. There you go. All right, so the man said it. So we're going to do it one more time here. Remember, wait for the number range. Only enter once, and then prioritize your answer on your screen. So let me put this in here again. All right, we're going to do random number 15 through 30. Only enter once. Go.
So while you're doing that, I'm reading a lot of these comments. I've never tried Copper Johns. I've never tried Copper Johns. May I ask why? I'm just curious. You know, you can be just simply because you didn't want to try it. I'm just kind of curious, just so I can know if I need to change anything. Not my formula. I'm not changing that. I just mean like overall.
There were probably a lot of those saying that because a lot of people will give it forwarded to people who haven't tried it yet. So that was also probably why they were letting it be known in that moment. That way, if you wanted to forward it to somebody who hasn't tried it yet.
Oh, I know that. I just mean they haven't tried it. I'm kind of curious why. You bums.
I think we got one. Yeah, good job, Joe. Maybe cross out the first number so they can actually tell which number is the winner. Would be a good thing to do. I'm double checking here. Double. All right, I'm going to look one more time. If I don't see it this time, then we are going to have to actually do this again if I don't see it in a minute. But this time I will shorten the range. All right, guys, go ahead and stop. I'm not seeing a winner yet. So go ahead and stop. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change this. We're going to have we'll call it like a lightning shot here. So we're going to do a random number. We're going to do just 1 through 10. So random number 1 through 10. Only enter once. Go. Yeah, pick a number 1 to 2. 30 of you's in here. I'm hoping we get it on this one. All right, you guys can stop. We have a winner. We got 2 winners. Well, not really, but we have 2 people who got the numbers so far. All right, well, he's been on a roll tonight, so there you go. Gary Lewis is the first one on my screen with the number 7. There it is.
Okay. Or you can woohoo, I win a squirrel.
Damn it, Gary. Gary be winning. Like, Gary's got the magic touch. I didn't cheat. That was my first guess. Nope, he didn't cheat. That was his first guess. That was his very first guess. Gary has a habit of throwing out multiple ones, but that was the first one. I didn't even see his other ones pop up yet. So,
all right.
I want to pay it forward to Josh. All right. So Joshua Ricks we're talking about here, correct? Because I know that's Joshua Ricks, but it could be somebody else's screen name, and that's just their real name too.
That's nice.
So
Josh
Gary's going to pay it forward.
just message me on Instagram or just email me at info@copperjohnsbeard.com, whatever you want, and I'll send it to you tomorrow. Just send me your government name and your address, and I'll get that to you and what you want.
Yeah. Don't forget the DNA sample.
Yeah.
Things like that. Last 4 of your social. That's required.
Mother's maiden name.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, it has been another awesome episode. I want to thank all of you guys. Tyson, sir, I want to thank you for coming on, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're a stud, man.
We will be back next week, and I honestly cannot remember who my guest is at the moment. I can't remember at the moment, but I'll put it up in a couple days. Don't worry about it. So we'll be back next week. Huh?
I said you'll remember as soon as you close out.
Probably. It's either one of 2 people. I just can't remember which one it is. So I'll get it worked out after this, though. Guys, you know how it goes here, man. Stay safe, stay bearded, be good to each other. Most of all, take care of each other out there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tyson, thank you again, my friend.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.